How are you feeling, Paul?
Fresh.
If you had to spend 5 days here, not playing hockey, not practicing, not talking to
Yeah.
us, how do you think you'd go about
I'd hang out right down here by the harbor in places like these, eat as much smoked fish as I could possibly handle, smuggle it all out in my belly.
It's a good
Well,
plan.
what is being here? How does that help you appreciate a country of 5 million people that's able to produce over 5% of the NHL's players?
Well, I wish I had a better understanding of the country's history, but I know the people, and I've coached an awful lot of Finnish players, and they're very, very passionate about that game. I think that one of the real benefits, kind of side benefits, for the NHL players and coaches coming over is you get a full appreciation that the game actually isn't owned by Canada and the United States. And when you grow up and you don't leave, that's what you think, right? Nobody loves the game more than we do. And you get over here and they love the game every bit as much as we do. And it's a nation of people that love the game. Right? To have that many NHL players produced with this population, they have to have a phenomenal program. They have to have great resources, probably like most countries based on volunteers, and they base that sacrifice they make because they love the game and they love kids.
Paul, especially with how many Finnish players this team has, what has Tuomo meant to you and your coaching staff the last couple of years?
Well, he's been incredibly important, especially I think for Anton Lundell, who's very young. And I don't want to say a lot of modifications to a game, but there was a curve for him to change, not just to become into the NHL, but then also a different style of hockey that he played when he first came into the NHL. So I had Tuomo, and what's great about that is the way he played the game 10 years ago, 15 years ago now, is exactly the way we try to play the game now. There weren't very many guys that could do it. Like he spent most of his career bruised from playing so hard flat out. So he's been great in that. But it's not just, and clearly the story would be he's Finn on the coaching staff, but he's a great resource as a player, an ex-player. I was saying unkind things about a player in November the first year, and he said, Paul, it's a really hard play you're expecting. And he explained it to me, and it made complete sense to me, except I never played, so I had no idea that it was that hard. So having him on the staff has been great. He'll be a head coach in the National Hockey League if that's what he wants to do. He's wired for it, he's built for it, he's got a passion for it. He's got a way better insight into the game, the offensive parts of the game than I do. And he's a critical piece to our staff.
Well, what stands out from your experience here with
Well, I've been twice. The first time through with Carolina, we played Minnesota, and I remember it was an overtime game, and I stuffed Jeff Skinner out in the ice. And when the whistle blows, I realized, I just sent an 18-year-old out to take it, and he scored, and we won the game. What do I remember? The food I love here. I remember the passionate crowd. We brought Patrick Laine here, and it was an insight into the passion of the game, the number of people. He was a young man, but idolized by so many young kids. I got asked a question whether Patrick Laine was going to show Sasha Barkov who was his daddy. I got that question from the media. Didn't really know what it meant or how to handle it, so I beat it to death and let it go, but we had some fun here too.
Do you think you'll be similar seeing Sasha playing this one?
Yeah, I think this one's a little different in that my sense around the room is everybody's really happy for him. This is such a dream for him. He's such a humble man. He is the driver of our character, our culture in the room, and certainly in the department of how to treat people and how to. You walk into our room, you can't tell who's the number 1 forward and who's number 13, and that's all him, the way he treats people. So everybody here is going to enjoy watching Sasha enjoy the moment, and we'll do everything we can to make it a great moment for him. But this is very, very special to him. And it just, when you listen to him talk about, and I don't follow a lot of interviews, but I listen to Barky talk a lot. There's a passion in his voice, I don't know if it's pride, but he is so incredibly happy to be able to come here.
What do you hope the guys who are not from Finland to get out of this trip?
I want them to watch their teammates be proud of their country and take it all in. Go to the saunas, do all the things that are on. All the Finnish guys are under a tremendous amount of pressure right now to show Finland off, and I want all our guys to take it all in. And these are incredible trips because we spend a lot of time on the plane together. The players get to do things they never get to do. It's a completely different environment. I think they're fantastic for our players. They're great for the game for sure, but on a selfish point, you love getting your players together. And we got 4 of them and 5 of them. So 5 Finns are going to show us Finland in 2 or 3 days, and then we're going to drop the puck and get after it.
Paul, like you said, this is your 3rd time here. Have you picked up any Finnish?
No. No. I should. From probably Nico Mikkola. I'm pretty sure he's swearing at me when he comes to the bench. May not always be me. I'm pretty sure he's swearing. Nobody's really sure, but the other Finnish guys are laughing. So that's the only thing I know. That's as close as I can get to it.